G'day guys, how you going? Shane here. In this video we will review the Santa Cruz Screaming hand checker 30 inches with the C5 cover truck. Let's go! Specs. The board is 30 inches long, around 9.5 inches at its widest. The tail is around 7 inches measured from the outer bolts. The nose is 4 inches measured from the outer bolts. The tail width halfway is 8 inches. The wheelbase measured from inner bolts is around 15.25 inches. The wheelbase measured from axle to axle is around 17.75 inches.
Pumping the board isn't too bad. It's pretty much like a Titan CX truck. It gives a lot of forward momentum per pump with just a lot less dive. The concave of the deck is pretty mellow. You really can't feel it under your feet. If you're looking for more lean and looseness on this setup, it's probably not a good idea, because you will get wheelbite. Going down a mellow hill felt great. The small wheelbase allowed for easy snaps and slides, even 180 pivoting.
Five minutes in, this would be really fun to kick around on the street with. It's a skateboard that feels like a surf skate, because it is a surf skate. No, it's cool, man. Like, it's not a CX or a Yao or anything, but for something that you can throw around and try to learn to do ollies, because you suck at ollies like me. It's light. It's pretty cool. It looks sick. There it is. "10 minutes of riding this board. Let's go." There's a bit of water there. I'd probably buy one if I had spare money. I don't need one. Like, I don't need another pair of sneakers. But I'll probably buy another pair of sneakers. So, when I step on a skateboard, I step right off it because it doesn't turn. And this is a surf skate that feels like a skateboard, so I step on it and it sticks to my feet and it does turn. So I think for commuting, or someone like me who doesn't ride a regular skateboard anymore, trying to do skateboardy things, it's going to be the best of both worlds. But for doing anything where I really need to turn or kind of hit something with a little speed and know that the front wheels are going to come around, it's going to be a bad time. But for flat land and for trying to do skateboard tricks and throwing it against walls and that sort of stuff, I imagine it would be spot on for someone like us. And then next to the CX, which does turn, it still feels a bit lighter and a bit easier to get around. But I think I'd probably take a CX because it feels like what I'm used to. I mean, I'd take a grasp at the end of it any day because it actually turns like a surf skate. But yeah, cruiser, kicking around, pretend it's a skateboard, but it's not, which is sick. It's kind of what it's for, isn't it? Transition between skating and surf skating. And it looks amazing.
Yeah, I haven't ridden a board like this before, but found that it didn't hang up, which is always good. Saved some injuries, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, nice wheels and stuff. It's pretty good.
Woo!
So yeah, after the first 5 minutes, step feels nice and light. Like, it feels good doing little airs and stuff. I don't usually ride C5s, they feel a little bit stiff at the moment, but that's probably like getting used to it. The concave is a bit flat. I would have liked a bit more concave, but otherwise that's quite a nice shape, and yeah, it looks really good. So now I've got used to it. Quite like the C5 trucks. They're noticeably stiffer, but I feel like I can really kind of push them a bit more in the corners. And they're nice and light as well, they feel good on kick turns. And the airs on this board are really nice. Definitely put some rails on it so I've got something to grab onto. I still find the deck is just a little bit flat for me. My foot was sliding around a bit more than on my regular deck. And I do worry a bit about the kingpin. I've definitely felt it a couple of times when I was doing some car grinds. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty good fun in the bowl. Yeah, I'd definitely ride it again.
Alright, let's compare the C5 with his big brother, the CX. Hear that? That's the hard stop. Well, I'm genuinely surprised. It seems like in terms of range of motion, the C5 is no different than the CX. I always thought that the C5 had less turn and less dive than the CX. Maybe I did something wrong, but I made sure to play a lot with the trucks to reduce the margin of error, but it was always the same result. The only difference between the two trucks is height. The C5 being closer to the ground will only accept certain wheel size before needing riser pads. The CX being higher will accept bigger wheels. So, since there were practically no difference with the C5 and the CX in terms of range of motion, this led me to think that maybe the difference in feeling lies in the backdrop. So here we have the C5 backdrop and the CX backdrop. Since there were no hard stop with the backdrops, the cutoff point was where the axle gets level with the base plate.
And there we can definitely see the big difference both in terms of lean and turn. Let's minimize parallax error.
Overall, I think this board is a very nice surfy cruiser. It sits pretty low to the ground, so it's relatively more stable and it's easier to kick push compared to the other surf skates. The mellow concave makes it very comfortable on the feet. If you're looking for the best surf skate feeling, this might not be your first choice, but if you're looking to branch out a bit, then definitely go for it. The board is very light, easy to carry, and the graphic is sick. I honestly had so much fun riding it. The wheels, I think it's the slime balls. They grip very easily, they roll almost over anything, and they release easily too. The only thing to be wary of is to not ride the trucks too loose or carve too deep, because wheel bites will happen. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Hey, that was good!